For your informative and entertaining content, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Black TV. You can also like and share.
Beautiful day to you out there. My name is Oluwatoyin Black, and you're welcome to my diary. My diary, it's my experience of things that I've gone through, things that are so personal to me, things that has always been in my head, and I feel I need to share it with you. And you can also share yours with me by just clicking on that email and dropping your story, and I'll be here to tell it just as my own. Let me go on this break. When I return, I'll be telling you what I brought to you on my diary. Welcome back. Today on my diary, I have something very, very strong, quite emotional, but I will try as much as possible not to break down to share with you today. I titled this in my diary, Could Love Be a Spoiler? Love thinking. But let me quickly state that if you happen to be in my diary, you have experience with me or we've encountered, one or two things together, and I am talking about you and you feel, okay, it is you Toyin is talking about. I don't intend to make you feel uncomfortable. I don't intend to make you feel horrible. I am just talking about my experience and I'm just letting out on my diary. So I can talk on now. Okay, many years back, many years back, I used to be a radio presenter. So I worked in different radio stations. But there's this particular radio station I will never forget, that I worked with. It's a Radio Nigeria station. Few of the people who know me very well know that radio station. I'm not going to mention the name, but it's a radio. Radio Nigeria is very big. So when you know me, you know the radio station. Okay, so there's this very dark, handsome, good-looking guy I met. He was Prince Charming at that time, and I was so crazy about him. So we started dating. I think about 1 month, into the relationship, I was already feeling like, oh, I wish this man is my husband. I wish this and all. That excitement when you first, meet a man as a woman and then you have these butterflies, rolling and all of that. So we started that relationship and it was quite a very secretive one. Have you ever involved yourself in a secret affair? Where you say, don't let anybody know we are dating, no. We record it. It's always the sweetest sometimes, but it is the craziest. So it means that you have to be very careful. You have to be cautious of people who are not seeing you, people who are seeing you and all of that. So we dated for about 2 years, 3 years, going to about 4 years. So we became extremely close and we could not even hide anymore. So a lot of people who already know us. At that time, he was a radio presenter. I don't know if he's still a radio presenter. And as I'm a radio presenter as well. So we went on and we were already planning marriage. To state again, he was a very loving person, very responsible. What else could have qualified him? It was more like a father figure, a mother, a sister, and all of that. So he was responsible for a whole lot of things, a whole lot of my decisions. Even at a time, how I would go to school, he was part of it. I could remember him, giving me money to say, oh yeah, go and take admission form, go and do this, go and do that. And so it makes him like a mini God to me. And I say, oh, wow, if he can be all of this, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. And You know, it happens to a whole lot of young girls like that. You out there watching, listening to me right now, you just feel there's just this aura about a particular person around you, and then you just let loose. You just let loose of your everything, and this person is taking over. But there's just a part of him I overlooked at that time. I'm not going to, give go deep into his personality. So it doesn't mean like I'm rubbishing his person. But we had a lot of issues, all of that. Don't let me go into that. So, but I wanted him all the same. With every of his baggages, I wanted him, and we were ready. So we had, should I say, this excitement of people getting to know you first. So as a presenter, a lot of ladies will flock around him. Me too. I was having small by the side, but it was nothing. Truly, it was nothing. They were calling, they were trying to get in touch, but I locked up because it was just him I wanted at that time. Unfortunately, it led him to another woman, and they became very close. And at the point, when you want to visit your boyfriend at that time, you go to his house, you meet another woman, gang in Nollywood. So I found that out, and it wasn't something that was good. So I called the mom, and the mom was like, no, this can't happen. You have to send the other girl away, this, that, and all of that. And then, the other lady left that day. But there's just a part of me that kept on feeling so bad that how could you have done this? What? But he apologized that very day, and I felt okay. I've forgiven him. Let's move on to the next level. And a few days after that, he just sent me a note. He actually wrote a note for me and said, Toyin, I'm sorry, I can no longer go on with this relationship. My place is not safe for you. You have to pick few of the things that you have in my house and just go. Woo! A relationship of 4.5 years, you want me to live like that? So it was very tough for me. Very, very tough for me. And I can tell you, it was too tough for me that I couldn't deal with it. I struggled. I kept on going to his house and see whether, there could be why we could reconcile again. Boom, he moved with the girl. So it became very difficult for me, and at the end of the day, I was so lonely. See, depression is real. Depression is so real. If you have been there, you will know what I am talking about. I got so depressed to a point that I never felt any love from anybody aside what I was going through. And then the only option that came to mind was suicide. And I actually did. You want to know what I did? Okay. So I mixed a cement. You know cement very well? I mixed it with water, and I took it. And in a few minutes, I was gone. I was rushed to the hospital, a very big hospital, somewhere around, where I used to work. I don't want, mention state, name of town, and all of that. And I think I was in the hospital for about 4 months. So the consequences of everything that happened and all of that, I was now facing it all by myself because of poor decision, because of depression, because of not having to be able to talk to somebody who could help at that point in time. And it took me a long time. I don't want to say years. It took me a whole long time to get over all the hurt, all the hate, everything that could, amount to me not being somebody. So I got over it, I moved on, and at the time that I was moving on and everything was, I looked back and I said, why did you do that? that's the end of this. Like, why did you have to do that? Because really, if I died, I'd gone. But look at me today. Don't I look beautiful? Don't I feel, all the love I want to feel in the world? Like, seriously, there are a lot of situations that you will find yourself sometimes if you don't get to talk to somebody, if you don't find the right contact or the right person to mingle with at that time, you're just going to make a very poor decision that will cost you your life. So sometimes love can be a spoiler, but I thank God for me that the love didn't spoil anything. It only made me stronger, and that is why I am here to share my story with you on my diary. I'll be back. So I'm sure you had fun on my diary today, and I'm sure next time you will be ready to share your own diary with me, and I'll be here to present it just as my diary. My name is Oluwatoyin Black, and special thanks to everybody who's been part of this production. God bless you all. I love you all. Mwah.